I want you to think of the last film you went and watched at the cinema, a film you probably paid good money to see. Now, why did you watch this film? Was it an interesting premise? Was it based off a book you'd read and loved? Or was it because of a specific actor you'd seen advertised in it? Now, is this love for an actor enough to get you down to the cinema in your busy life and pay expensive cinema tickets just to go and sit for a few hours? I know I've thrown a lot of questions at you in a short amount of time, but they are all relevant in the context of today's video. Over the years, we've seen the pull certain actors have when it comes to getting bums in seats, but recently we've seen a dip. An example of this is in 2024's The Fall Guy, starring Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt, both celebrity A-listers, and both you'd be very shocked to find out if a friend of yours turned around and said they didn't know.
What are you, an idiot?
The Fall Guy did well with both critics and audiences, scoring above 80% for both on Rotten Tomatoes. If you use Rotten Tomatoes to decide whether a film is good or not is up to you, but this is very promising. Now, we've got two big A-listers, a great promotional run, and brilliant early reviews. How much did the film make? Oh, only 181 million worldwide. Against a budget of around 150 million, this is very disappointing, especially when you have to adjust for the amount spent on advertisement. Never mind that, let's look at another one. 2024's Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. Okay, very similar. Two big A-lister celebrities being Anna Taylor-Joy and Chris Hemsworth. Good early reviews and is already a part of a highly rated universe. How much did it make? Oh, only 174 million worldwide against a 168 million budget, and adjusted for advertisement, this is very disappointing. But it is showing the pattern of decline of films needing more than just big movie stars. Now, I know you are probably shouting through the screen of some recent examples that are the complete opposite. Take 2025's Marty Supreme, an original story that stars Timothée Chalamet as a table tennis player, Marty Mauser, loosely based on the real-life Marty Riesman, and follows his quest to become a world champion.
I play ping pong.
Not really the big blockbuster storyline you see break records, but when I tell you this man right here grafted his absolute arse off to promote this film, and that is underselling it. I mean, he was everywhere, and this mixed with his incredible charm and likableness resulted in Marty Supreme doing great at the box office, even landing both it and Timothy in contention to win a bunch of awards, the Oscars being the most recent. I am writing this before the Oscars, by the way. I don't know if he's won yet. We'll find out. Anyway, this spectacle is very rare. One of the things that actually inspired me for this video was an experience that happened just a few weeks ago. It was a Friday night. Me and my friends had just had a Nando's and we were on our way to see the newly released Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. We arrived rather early to an empty cinema, took our seats, and to our surprise, it had got through the adverts, the trailers, and movie logos, and not a single other person had walked through the screening doors. We were completely alone.
Where is everybody?
On opening night, on a Friday. But maybe this isn't surprising to you, but it definitely was to me. And being that I was the person who suggested the film to my mates, I was rather nervous. Luckily, we all enjoyed the film, which seemed to be the case for the majority of people who had also seen it. I just couldn't get my head around why no one was there with us. I mean, it had a pretty well-known cast, an interesting, unique premise, and a great promotional run. But it didn't seem to hit its mark, especially when you look at the numbers, which is a shame because people constantly screaming out for studios to release new and original films. But unless it's built up to be a spectacle you simply can't miss, like Marty Supreme, the majority of people don't seem to be interested.
Who cares?
So, where do we go from here? Are studios forced to only choose from a small bubble of actors the public are already familiar with and trust enough to go and watch the films they are in? This is another extremely hot topic at the moment, with huge upcoming blockbusters seemingly housing multiples of the same celebrities. An obvious one I'm sure a lot of you have seen are Robert Pattinson and Zendaya both promoting their new film, The Drama. But they are also both starring in the highly anticipated Dune 3. movie, with Zendaya also going on to promote season 3 of Euphoria and the 4th installment of the MCU's Spider-Man. This is definitely a massive year for her. However, overexposure is an interesting thing, as people can get sick of seeing the same actors over and over again, especially when they are promoting multiple things. It definitely can get confusing. The same thing I feel has happened to Glenn Powell, who seemed to have the whole world at his feet and his acting career set out in front of him, but unfortunately hasn't been able to attract the big numbers. Away from this though, there are many other exciting movies that are coming out this year, away from the obvious ones you are currently thinking of, that we should all be excited for and go to see. Well, that's what I'll be doing anyway. I will see you in the next video. Thanks.